We got some breaking news coming in from the Phoenix Suns as they just made a major move as it finally happened. Brian Gregory, Matt Ishbia finally got their head coach, and they have succeeded in doing so, bringing in a guy in Jordan Ott. Now we're going to dive in and explore what this can mean for the Phoenix Suns now finally getting their head coaching job, and also what one star player had to do with the head coaching search as well. We'll be getting into all of that and more on this episode of Suns Digest. I am Bruce Veliz, and you guys have been absolutely fantastic, showing your love and support for the channel these last couple of weeks, so I really do appreciate it. And now that the head coaching search is finally over, there's no more talk, no more jargon, no more anticipating of what this team can truly be. Now this squad is finally going to really start looking at key draft prospects, really understanding this alignment identity, and fully push for what they're going to do with this roster this offseason. So it's going to start getting exciting. It's going to start getting fun with this Phoenix Suns squad over these next couple of days and weeks. So if you want to make sure you stay up to date on everything, make sure to continue to hit that subscribe button, as 65% of you guys are not subscribed. And we upload daily content revolving around the Suns here on Suns Digest, while also going live every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. But without further ado, let's dive in and let's get into the news today at hand today. Make sure to grab that snack. And finally, the Phoenix Suns have had their head coach. And for a lot of people, this is not going to be a great signing, but I'm going to absolutely debunk why that is the case here. If we want to dive in and look at the report from Shams Charania, just in, the Phoenix Suns are hiring head coach Jordan Ott as their assistant head coach Jordan Ott from the Cleveland Cavaliers as their franchise's next head coach, says ESPN. Ott has been an assistant since 2012 and has a strong background of offensive and defensive creativity, player development, and communication skills. We saw also from Shams that after a comprehensive 4-round search that included over 15 candidates, the Suns ownership and front office aligned on Ott, who joined Coach of the Year Kenny Atkinson's staff last summer and played a key coaching role on the East Best 64-win Cavs last season. Now, we do know from this head coaching search that it was a long one, like Shams said, right? At first, Gambo tweeted out there was 15 candidates. Then there was 8 or 9 candidates. Then there were 4, 5, 6 candidates in that third head coaching search. And then Shams just the other day let us know that it was down between Johnny Bryant from the Cavs and Jordan Ott from the Cavs. And even though Johnny Bryant was a guy that had more of a better resume than a guy in Jordan Ott, in my opinion, and was a higher standing on the assistant coaching ladder, hiring a guy in Jordan Ott is definitely not an understatement for this Suns team, and he is going to be a key guy honestly, in my opinion. I really think this is going to be a solid hire. Now, I don't think it's the best hire, but if you look back at my videos, when they had that second round of coaching search, or technically third round of coaching search, if you really want to call it, where they had 5 or 6 guys, I was okay with any of them being the head coach. Yes, some more than others. I liked Chris Quinn a little bit more. I liked Johnny Bryant a little bit more. But a guy like Jordan Ott is definitely not to be discounted, and I think he can make some big impacts. Even though he went to Michigan State, and that's what everyone's going to talk about, you need to ignore that part of the thing here. Because if we want to look at this, before you repeat, MSU, do some research on Jordan Ott, and we're obviously going to talk about it. But was he my favorite candidate, like I just said? No. Was he better than Johnny Bryant, in my opinion? No. But one thing is for sure, he is not underqualified for this job. And Gerald Bourguet also said this as well, saying he's certainly qualified to be a head coach. The Michigan State thing is going to continue to be a thing, but like Brian Gregory, Suns fans will just have to hope he acquits himself on the job, and that proof is in the body of his work. John Gambardaro let us know that Jordan Ott has agreed to a 4-year contract with the Phoenix Suns, and with this team wanting to make sure they keep this identity and making sure that they are sticking this new path of building a culture with these Michigan guys. I don't see Jordan Ott being fired after one season. I don't see this coaching carousel continuing, and I do think a coach in Jordan Ott is going to make a significant impact. If we want to look at what Shams Charania said in the beginning here, he mentioned that he is a good offensive and defensive creativity with great player development and communication. That's everything that the Phoenix Suns wanted. They wanted a communication guy, someone that could keep up to play with their players and not, have bad relationships, similar like a guy in Frank Vogel or Mike Budenholzer with Devin Booker. You also look at the fact that he can have offensive and defensive creativity, something the Suns definitely want within this team. But not just that, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this here from Shams Charania. Suns franchise cornerstone Devin Booker was involved in the search process, as we all know, and during the final stages, and he stamped Ott as his top choice as well, sources say. We all know that Jordan Ott started off his coaching career with the Atlanta Hawks, going under Mike Budenholzer's tree, then went over to the Nets to work under 3 different head coaches, including Kenny Atkinson. Then he went over to the Lakers to do a little stint with Darvin Ham, and then went back to the Cavaliers to go coach with a guy in Kenny Atkinson, like we just mentioned, who got a 64-win Cavaliers team to the best seed in the Eastern Conference. So once again, don't look at this MSU stuff. Don't be thinking, oh, just because he went to MSU, all yada, yada, yada. It's not that case. And we know, I saw this from Sam Cooper, we've been criticized for people. Obviously, there are just Michigan jokes, right? And there are a lot of ties to Michigan in this state, right? Bartlestein went to Michigan. Gregory went to Michigan State. Ott went to Michigan State. Paul Rivers went to Michigan. Talaferro worked for the Pistons, right? And these are all Matt Ishbia's guys. But Matt Ishbia is from that area. He has those type of people. Yes, it is maybe a little bit of a question mark when analyzing some things, but I don't necessarily think this is like the worst case scenario for this team, right? A guy in Jordan Ott, like I mentioned, has these qualifications from being an assistant head coach since 2012. It's not like he just sprung up out of nowhere like Brian Gregory did and is underqualified and they're just like, oh yeah, random MSU guy. Or it's not like they're like looking down the staff list of MSU assistant head coaches and going, oh yeah, that one's going to fit in perfectly. Let's bring him in. And it's like someone that no one has ever heard. Jordan Ott is a well-recognized name, not to mention him being a top-tier assistant head coach. If he's not been the top assistant, one of the guys in the ranking of the assistants. He has coached the Summer League for some teams, and he's also been coaching some, world basketball as well. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he's doing Team Latvia or something like that, or an Eastern European team for that. So he has all aspects of the game of understanding basketball, not just the NBA game, but Summer League, understanding some of those players, building those connections, understanding what it takes for youth guys to really grow and develop, and ultimately as well, looking at people that are, foreign projects and being like, hey, come and play with me, and understanding the nuances and differences that come from playing in Eurobasket or in, world basketball, I guess, per se, and trying to bring some of those players to acclimate them to the Suns. One key thing when looking at Jordan Ott is I would like to see the Suns go out and kind of prey on a guy from the Cavaliers team and try to steal them over as well. Maybe some of their assistant head coaches, maybe some of their guys on their roster, as Jordan Ott has some comfortability. But now we all know the Suns are going to finally get into this roster construction. These questions with Kevin Durant, these questions with Bradley Beal, what's ultimately going to happen with this team. And I think that is the key thing coming up. So calm down, everyone. No need to overreact about Michigan State. It is going to be okay. And what is next for this team? Like I just mentioned, looking at free agency, looking at the draft, looking at a Kevin Durant trade, looking at a Bradley Beal trade or a Bradley Beal wave. Is Grayson Allen going to be here? Is Royce O'Neal going to be here? Who else is really liking Jordan Ott? Who does Jordan Ott like on this roster? All those questions are going to be answered and coming through in these next couple of days, weeks, months, and all of this as well. So make sure to hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section on your thoughts on Jordan Ott being hired as the head coach. And the Suns are going to be an interesting team coming into this. So it's going to be really fun, interesting, and a great time discussing this offseason. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. I'm excited to start diving into some more stuff for the Suns. Gonna have a draft preview coming out for you guys later as well. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great rest of your day, and go Phoenix Suns.